Welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio. Tonight, we are joined by my partner in crime, the beanied one. I don't know which version of Nicolas Cage we're getting, whether it's Face Off or Ghost Rider, Gerard Barrera.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerds of all ages, you are getting my announcer voice in lieu and in celebration of my LA Dodgers winning the World Series. Thank you very much. And pitching for the Crashing Game Night team, our fearless leader, Matthew Diorio. And
okay, and for all the NL West fans out there, I'll edit that crap out.
For first base, Theo, the Hitman Walski.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, hello, and playing second base, he's properly feathered. It's properly coiffed. That's right. He is the Lions' mane, Jason Bolito.
How's it going, guys? How's it going today?
How's it going, guys? What's going on?
Bro, I love that so much. I kind of feel like you would be like a shoo-in for Price is Right announcer. Like, go for it.
Thank you very much,
dude. They're coming back.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
But they're gonna. Hey, I got to give it to them though. They're doing a lot of social distancing stuff and making sure everything's going to be up and up for prevention of COVID on the show, which is great. Yeah, how's everyone doing? It's been a week for everybody.
Yeah, dude, it's been an intense
news
week
of the Dodgers. It's all right. Not doing too bad.
So, Jerry, okay, I got to say this. Tampa had that game in hand until they pulled their starting pitcher in that situation.
It was tense. There was, I think there were a few desperate moves were made, and I think some mistakes were made.
Yeah, like trying to steal home.
Yeah. But it was a solid series.
He's not Willie Mays Hayes, you know. I mean, statistically, stealing of home is the hardest, and it's even harder when you have a left-handed batter up and not a right-handed batter, because the catcher's got clean view. You know, when if you got trying to steal
that
home,
helps the reaction time too.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have somebody to go around.
So it's twice as hard.
Yep. So Jason, it's been a little while since I've asked you, but how's that Costco minute?
Oh, we had a little shortage of water out of nowhere.
Really?
Well, given the fires.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, speaking of the fires, man, like, to all the people out there, we're close by to another California fire. The one
that's two out there in Orange County now.
Yeah, and like it affected my family, so we were just yeah. I mean, like, everybody's okay, everything is fine. They just were. It was my sister was evacuated from her workplace, so her workplace is shut down for a couple days. The air quality, man. Oh,
yeah,
the worst. And it was
Colorado's
so windy.
Yeah, Colorado got lucky because they had cold weather and snow roll in.
Yeah, it's just so windy, like, the last couple days that, like, man, like, the car is covered in ash and.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean kind of like Jerry parking underneath those little purple flowered POS trees?
Shreds.
Oh god, that purple flower is the death of me. It's not that it's not that it was just flowers, but like it had sap in it.
Sap.
Every little flower. So then it just like dried and got. Yeah, I hated those trees. They look so pretty when they're full bloom, but do not park under it because you'll regret.
Dude, I mean, we had a decent rainstorm roll through today, and I think a lot of it has to do with the outer bands from the hurricane Hurricane Zeta that just made landfall in Louisiana. Which, I mean, God, look at the folks in Louisiana right now. That's 2 hurricanes in the course of 2-3 months. They've gotten barreled, and I mean, there's 2 million people without power down there. So definitely hoping that they get that recovered quickly for them down there, because it took a little while from the last hurricane. but like my car got parked under a tree. Yeah, it looks like mine was going like all camoed out, trying to go out into the woods because there's so many
Oh,
leaves
no
on it.
way.
Yeah, I was kind of laughing at it. But yeah, so let's get into this because this has been a big week for news. And of course, you know, we try to keep this to an hour, and honestly, I don't think an hour is even going to cover what we have for you tonight. But let's get into it really quick. So, Oscar Isaac, who played Apocalypse in X-Men, as well as Poe Dameron in the Star Wars trilogy, the latest trilogy after Return of the Jedi, he has been tapped to play Moon Knight for the new Disney Plus series. So
Great. I totally agree with this casting.
I don't know anything about Moon Knight outside of,
neither do I.
you
I'm
know,
not familiar with Moon
video
Knight.
games, but
I think I only remember 2 like origin stories, but one of them was
like a vampire theme type of thing?
It was like a traveler came upon the moon like monument during a certain time of day and ended up like awaking the spirit that gave him the powers of the moon.
Oh, okay.
But that was like the old origin, so
but yeah, I think this is good. But if you notice, like a lot of Hollywood actors are now starting to move towards these types of projects right now because it seems like that's the bread and the butter, because movie theaters are falling apart right now.
Right.
Regal's closed permanently another 2 theaters in Virginia.
Wow.
Permanently closed?
Permanently. Like
wow.
Like vacated the lease and everything.
Sustain and they can't keep up with the rent.
There's nothing. And the rent on these properties is ridiculous.
I think a lot of it too is because like as you get into the like series more so than the movies, if it does super well, you're in.
Yeah,
you're in it.
More work.
Like,
absolutely.
You're in it for a lot
so
longer.
much more work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you
I think
establish yourself as a character too.
Yeah, I think there's more of a like you said, there's more of a concrete set of work.
Because usually they'll go for a pilot
now with Marvel. Like usually they would go with like a first movie, see if it would work. But I think with, like you said, with the streaming series, they can give a full-fledged like movie budget for a 8-episode series, an hour long,
right? Yep.
And give it more of a chance for more in-depth writing and kind of put more of the work in, and get more bang for your buck.
You order a pilot, you put it out on your streaming service. If it doesn't get the streams, then hey, let's just not invest in it, and you keep on moving. So,
now that they established all of the MCU, like you said, now the door's open. They can go anywhere.
Yep. So speaking of TV series and Netflix, king of streaming, and kind of starting to be dethroned by the Hulus and Disney Plus and Peacock as all these different streaming services come online, Netflix has teased Assassin's Creed. They didn't go into too many details on it, like if they're going to go with Altair or Ezio or
But I have a prediction. I do have a prediction. The music that they played was the more predominant song in the Ezio and Altair time. So that's my prediction that they are gonna. I think they're gonna start with what we're familiar with.
No, they have to. I mean, like Ezio is just so popular, so well known.
Yeah, and same with Desmond Miles in the real world.
Desmond Miles, the whole thing is going to be.
So here's
it's just so popular. Ezio.
Here's my question: do they stay in the time period?
Yes.
Whatever they're in, or do they start trying to mix in that whole what we used to have with Assassin's Creed, where you're being put into the chamber to kind of relive past moments from your ancestors?
I say go with the Animus.
I hope they don't go Animus. I
hope they do. They can play so much with that as long as they stick with the original story.
I kind of think the Animus isn't needed. Like just sticking into, like I'm with Matt, like just stick in the time period and just follow their story. You don't need the Desmond Miles piece.
Because I think
need the
part of it was like with the Assassin's Creed movie is that
oh my god,
part of it that threw it off was how they did the Animus.
Yeah. And they honestly could have made it look more like an AR system than an interactive whatever have you from the movie. That's what I'm saying. If they stick with the original story, I think people will accept it more with going to the future or going to present and then going to back.
I just hope Netflix doesn't like jump on this for like a year or two and then axe it really quick, because we do know Netflix has a very bad habit of letting a series build up a following for like 2, 3, 4 seasons, and then boom, after season 4 they're dead.
Yeah, but I mean, even if it goes 4 seasons, I mean, if you have that time to explain pretty much Assassin's Creed, the Animus, everything, and you'll be able to take each season and say, hey, this is a new time period, this is a new time period, and you're not locked in. You can interweave it like very seamlessly, because it's a new season, where are we now? You know, maybe you can become like Ezio in this timeline, or you can become what's his name in the Revolutionary War, and like all that. Like you can jump around. You can even go into the newest ones, where like maybe even Valhalla at some point will be another season. You know, like it's a possibility, and it's kind of built that way. Like, weirdly as it sounds, it's built that way. Like,
so Jerry, you've played the later games, right? So are they still even doing the Animus?
Vaguely. Yeah, it's still there.
They do?
In like Odyssey
and there's different versions. Like,
it's different.
From the first game, the corporation in the present day world has grown exponentially. So like when I got to Origins, there was like you can go mobile.
But I mean, do they still have like an outside character, like you play the character that's going in the Animus, like a Desmond Miles story? There's like that in them, or are you only playing?
No, there is a Desmond Miles story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But one's like an explorer, one's like kind of a thief. I think Origins. I think you play like kind of a thief, but you're looking like your past is intertwined with this certain like Apple artifact. So therefore he had access to the Animus, but now they can be a little bit more mobile and little less like elegant. They got like a little bit more like militaristic and mobile. So
that's it for movie and game and TV news. So let's get into the gaming news, because this is where there's a lot to talk about. So I want to start this discussion, I think, which is the most important discussion we've had, including Black Lives Matter. Okay, when we had the rupees on and stuff like that. Cyberpunk has been delayed again. And I want to discuss, give you the statements that are from the studio, what they put out, what was done on their investor calls and everything like that. And then let's look at what has transpired after those announcements happened a couple days ago. For our listeners, we've got the actual letter that's out there. So if you want to go out to CD Projekt Red's Twitter account, you'll be able to see this very same thing. And then we've got our viewers that are watching on YouTube as well. So it does say that, hey everyone, today we've decided to move the release date of Cyberpunk by 21 days. The new release date is December 10th, which in that respect, I think that's a really good thing, because November was already super packed with the launch of the new Xbox, new PlayStation, Miles Morales, Sackboy. I mean, there's tons and tons of games that are all dropping right in November that I think moving it out was kind of a good thing, because a lot of people were going to decide, I'm getting a new console versus getting Cyberpunk. Okay. But it goes on to say, most likely there are many emotions and questions in your head. So first and foremost, please accept our humble apologies. The biggest challenge for us right now is shipping the game on current gen, next gen, and PC at the same time, which requires us to prepare and test 9 versions of it.
That's crazy.
Okay, yeah.
Think about this, guys. 9 versions, because they have Xbox One, Xbox Series X, Series S, Xbox One X, PS4, PS4 Pro, PS5, PC, Stadia. And then it was, so you've got all those different platforms, right? And they're all working from home. So since Cyberpunk 2077 evolved towards almost being a next-gen title somewhere along the way, we need to make sure everything works well and every version runs smoothly. We're aware it might seem unrealistic when someone says that 21 days can make any difference in such a massive and complex game, but they really do. Some of you might also wonder what these words mean in light of us saying we've achieved Gold Master some time ago. Passing certification or going gold means the game is ready, can be completed, and has all content in it. But it does not mean we stop working on it and raising the quality bar. On the contrary, this is the time where many improvements are being made, which will then be distributed via day 0 patch. This is the time we undercalculated. We feel we have an amazing game on our hands and are willing to make every decision, even the hardest, if it ultimately leads to you getting a video game you'll fall in love with. Now we know they're crunching right now. They're doing that extra day. From the reports I've seen, the problem is the current generation.
Oh, really?
It's not Series X. It's not Series S. And PS5 and Stadia.
PS5 and Series S.
Nope. Yeah. The problem is the current gen.
And being limited. Oh, okay.
Correct. So we have that comment on behalf of them. So what I want to do is now let's look at now. I'm going to bring up Jason Schreier's Twitter account, which he had 2 different posts, right? And I get it. A lot of people don't agree with Jason Schreier and the fact that if people speak out against him on his Twitter account, he immediately blocks them and stuff like that. But when it comes to reporting a lot of things, he is really good at what he does. Okay. He just has thinner than thin skin and can't handle criticism. Okay. But that being said, so what we're looking at is what the CEO said during their investors call this week in regards to crunch. Says, regarding crunch, actually, it's not that bad and never was. Of course, it's a story that has been picked up by the media, and some people have been crunching heavily. But a large part of the team is not crunching at all since they have finished their work. It's mostly about Q&A and engineers, programmers, but it's not that heavy. Of course, it will be extended a bit, but we have feedback from the team. They're happy about the extra 3 weeks, so we don't see any threats regarding crunch. Now, here's the problem is a lot of QA, they are contractors. They are not actually part of studios.
Yes.
True.
So we have to very much keep that in mind, guys, is that with them being contractors, they are working harder because they want to make a name for themselves and become a regular employee of whatever studio they're Q&A for, okay?
Kind of like paid interns.
It's kind of like seasonal. It's like seasonal work, kind of.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
And here's the thing: this comes off as tone deaf, right? He's like, well, it's not that big of a deal, whatever, right? And he faced massive backlash. So this is a letter he actually sent out. Adam sent out to CD Projekt Red employees. That reads, "Dear all, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to apologize to everyone for what I said during Tuesday's investor conference call. I had not wanted to comment on crunch, yet I still did, and I did it in a demeaning and harmful way. Truth be told, it's only now when the stress connected with the delay decision and the call itself is lifting that I'm fully realizing the true extent of my words. I have nothing to say in my defense. What I said was not even unfortunate. It was utterly bad. For that, please accept my sincere and honest apologies. I always was and am still proud of the heart and soul you put into what you do every day. Yours humbly, Adam. P.S. If anyone wants to talk with me directly, I'm in the boardroom on the first floor and on Slack." This comes off as just typical CEO blowing smoke. Because here's what I think about the whole problem.
Sounds like his secretary did it.
Yeah. PR or their PR department, somebody, right? Ultimately, you've been crunching for, extra weeks now, 6 days a week. Some of these guys are saying that they're working 100 hours a week, and you're saying it's nothing. Yeah. Go pound
boss.
I mean, here's the thing. I get it. Games get delayed. It's part of the project, especially in a COVID world, right? We're working from home. That's not the best situation for work. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what upsets me in all of this, though, and it's something that came out when Last of Us 2 released, and the issues that Laura Bailey was facing over Abby. Okay, and the vitriol that came her way. This is a screen grab I got off of Andrzej Zawadzki, who works actually at CD Projekt Red. Give me a second to pull it up here. So this was off of his Twitter account. I just did a screen grab. This is one of the mildest messages some of us got. There were far worse. Every single one is being reported. We will not let it go through. Do not treat it lightly. Do not ignore it. It is serious. That said, I'm off Twitter for a couple of days. Take care. So these are what the comments were.
Wow.
I know where you live, bro. Release the game or you're finished. Release Cyberpunk or you and your family will be persecuted. I will burn you alive if you don't release the game.
Wow.
Jesus.
Holy heck.
All right. For those that are listening that have kids, I apologize for what I'm about to say. It's a fucking game. Let it go.
Exactly.
You know, you know what? I'm tired.
Product.
I am really
All
tired of all of this, right? Nowhere in the world does it say we're entitled to have a game whenever that we want it, right? These devs are pouring their hearts into a game regardless if we want it or not. Jerry is adamantly wants the game. He doesn't care if it's delayed or not, just like, Paris from Gamertag Radio.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. For me, it's not a game I'm going to buy day one. It's not what I'm truly interested in. It is an absolutely beautiful game. And what they're putting into the game is, if they pull it off, is going to be fantastic. And it's going to be a great game for the players.
Can't wait for that day. But that day will
it's
come.
not what I'm, and it's going to come. And that's the thing is like, this is starting to get to the voice actors who are portraying these parts, because they're like, the devs deserve a lot of credit for what they're going through right now, and honestly, when you look at the toxicity of the gaming community is getting worse. And, granted, if you look at it, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these comments are coming from the US, because right now you've got COVID lockdowns starting to happen again in a lot of places. We have cases increasing. We had the highest total on average now in 7 weeks that we've ever had. I don't even remember the obscene number that I saw. Let me pull it up here, because it was Reggie Fils-Aimé, the old head of Nintendo, actually tweeted out the statistics. Here it is. So an American is testing positive every 1.2 seconds. Because we had 500 million infections in the last 7 days. Okay. Our daily deaths now, one American is dying every 107 seconds.
Wow.
Okay. Jesus. Now this is American statistics, right? And I don't mean to say this is an American problem, because this is a global problem, and there's countries like Germany and Italy that are locking down because their cases are spiking as well, because nobody wants to actually fight this thing. And I think, but you look at the US, right? Our climate is a little bit different right now than the rest of the world, because not only do we have COVID we're fighting and lockdowns, we have we have fires going across multiple states right now. We have hurricanes hitting us. So those are the natural catastrophes. But then to Jason's point, we have voting right now. And right now, that is on everybody's mind, especially when you look at some of the voter suppression that's been going on with mail-in ballots. I mean, we have a political party in our country that is going to the Supreme Court to say, we don't agree with these mail-in ballots. They shouldn't be counted. And the problem is that they've dismantled part of our postal service that helps deliver these mail-in ballots. So it's all cause and effect. And we have such a powder keg going on right now in the US that it's not surprising that we see some of this coming out of the woodwork, especially when certain leadership is like that. But there is no room for this in gaming,
not at all,
in movies, and in life. Period.
Death threats. There doesn't ever need to be that.
And honestly, as much as it pains me to say this, right? If we have listeners that agree with some of these comments that are being made towards these devs, guys, I don't know what to do to help you guys, because we are going to support the devs on this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. They're putting in all the work.
QA,
because
everybody.
We know people that are in the development industry, in the studios. Okay.
This is how far we appreciate the work that goes into games.
Exactly.
This is how we met. This is why we go to those conventions. This is also why we speak to those people, and we understand how hard they work and what it takes to get a game like this, or future games or past games, out for you to enjoy. And these are people just doing their jobs. There's
nobody doing their job deserves a death threat. Nobody deserves a death threat for doing their job.
Of course, these are probably, just young kids or young trolls just saying,
I guarantee you they would not say that in person. They're hiding behind Black Mirror.
Oh, they're
hiding behind being trolls.
Keyboard pirates.
Doing whatever's thinking that they're never going to see anything because it's just a username that nobody knows who the hell's saying it.
But the thing is, that's still scary.
It is, and
still
it mentally
not appropriate for you to do.
And it mentally impacts these devs.
It does.
Absolutely.
And it mentally impacts these voice actors, right? I mean, at some point, even before the names were officially announced and Square said we are going with a different voice cast for Final Fantasy VII, there was death threats about, and threats of violence and stuff like that there.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't care how passionate you are about something. Let it go. It's a game. It's a movie. Whatever it is, with Star Wars, okay? I grew up on it, right? And the new trilogy, I didn't agree with some of it because of different tastes and whatever, but hey, you know what?
Right.
J.J. Abrams poured his heart into it.
Because there are healthy ways to express your passion.
Yep.
Like, it doesn't have to resort to anything extreme. There are healthy ways to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, just like we talked about it last week, right? With Sony putting out a theme for Black Lives Matter. And the vitriol that came out about that. It's like, people are empowered right now, and to say these really nasty things, and it is getting to people. And I want to say, guys, is if you feel this way, guys, find another hobby. You need to find something else to do other than gaming. Take a break, whatever it is. Walk away from things, because not only are you damaging these people that are pouring their heart and soul into it. Some of these guys, this is their make or break, right? This could be their last chance to make a great game, or they don't work in the industry anymore. This could be a small studio that is putting out a game for the first time, right? And you're so excited for it, and they run into problems because they're a small studio, only like 6 to 12 people, right? Trying to put out this game on multiple consoles, and you're giving them death threats. And that is enough to make people walk away from something. That is their passion.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I had a photography business, and I thought about moving, starting it up here in Virginia, but just the toxicity sometimes of clients and how people were asking for just free stuff, like friends. Hey, can you take my picture because we're friends? It was enough to make me walk away. I miss being behind the lens. I miss portraits. I miss doing a lot of things.
You're a very talented photographer, dude.
And
he's had a great freaking whatever it's, I can't.
Portfolio.
Great eye.
Thank you, portfolio. I can't think.
Yes.
Can't think. Thank you.
But that toxicity is enough to make me walk away. And it is something I've missed a lot. And it is something I am in the back of my mind. Should things work out the way we're talking about come April, if we end up doing the move to Phoenix, I think I'm going to start it back up on the side. I miss breathing. I miss breathing.
Good for you.
So
that's
to speak.
Better news. Yeah.
But it's one of those things. Though you look at that, though, guys. Toxicity impacts people's lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
And
it's
needs
also
to
like,
stop.
yeah, you also just like, it's the same with the frontline workers, like myself.
Exactly.
Included. You know, we're putting in the day in, day out, seeing, like, I personally, because I work early in the morning, I don't see as many members at Costco, but some of my other coworkers, they are exposed to, on average, about 3,000 people daily. And that's just one day, you know, and it could be 3,000 unique people. And it's why it's taxing for us as well. And I assume for the other frontline workers, this year you have to like adapt a little. You have to give, because if you just like, oh, well, you know, it was like that like maybe a year ago or so. Well, a year ago this wasn't happening, and a year ago they would have been in all, like, they would have had everybody in the building just like, hey, like, here's some coffee, here's some donuts, here's like a pizza, you know, like, bring the morale up. But here, all the QA, they're at their house. They are pretty much locked down themselves because of work as well.
And these guys have families, right? And they're locking themselves away in a room for some of them 100 hours a week. Think about that.
And think
you're sleeping a little.
On top as well, as a QA, because like I know a couple of QAs, you like, they are literally playing that game for 100 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's not even the full game. It's sections.
It's a section of the game. So they don't say, oh yeah, like they played from start to finish. No, they've played from
when they play the full game. When they hit their section, they're gonna have nightmares and just
because their purpose is to try to break it. They're trying every single variation of within like a 10-minute piece of the entire thing.
When you walk into that wall, they've walked into it 15 times already.
Yeah.
You know,
at every angle,
at every camera angle, with every piece of equipment. You know, it's like, I've talked to a few of them, and they said, yeah, like, that's one section, that's your section, and you don't get to see the rest of the game. You don't get to understand any of it. You just have maybe quote unquote 10 minutes of your section just nonstop, and you got to put in 80 hours, 100 hours into that. That alone is mentally taxing.
And for me, I've seen quite a few people that I used to follow that started spouting off this stuff. Now they weren't, you know, big industry. They were just people I followed, became, you know, acquaintances on Twitter and stuff like that with. But, you know, I see any of this stuff, I am unfollowing them and I'm blocking them because I don't want any part of that, you know. And, you know, I think that's the problem is that so many people, like Theo pointed out, they're empowered because they're hiding behind a keyboard and they're not named. So to all those listeners that follow us around the world and listen to us, take the time, guys. Honestly, thank a dev.
Thank you,
if you follow it, if you follow a QA, a dev, someone in PR, because God knows those ones that are in the community, you know, the community managers and stuff. They are the front lines, and they are taking the brunt of this because
they have to look at it all.
They filter it so it doesn't get down to some of those people, right? Thank them. Send them out a tweet and say, hey, thank you for the work you do. Thank you for the games you give us. You know, we can't say it enough, you know, between the voice actors, but like specifically we look at, you know, we've had Paul Roshinsky, Julian Garrity on, you know, they are directors in game, you know, gaming directors, creative directors, and they see it all the time too. And you know what? I thank them just as much because they've given us some great games and there's some great stuff that can come from them. We just can't mentally lose them.
Yeah. And they are fantastic people.
They are amazing
so great
people
to talk to.
You know,
so amazing.
And very down to earth. They're family guys. You know, they just have the luxury of working on games.
Yeah.
And they've always expressed their appreciation for people like all around the world appreciating their games.
They really appreciate the fans.
And it doesn't take long to just tweet out a quick thank you with a hashtag and out.
I mean, a lot of these guys can't believe that we're wearing their merchandise. I mean, case in point, Neil Druckmann does not get over the fact that some of us wear Uncharted, Last of Us, you know, the fans at Marvel, you know, I mean, heck, I've got Ghost of Tsushima stuff. I have, you know, Killer Instinct. I've got Zelda. I mean, it's like they still can't get over the fact that
devs, the last E3 we were at, two devs stopped Theo and I because they were from Sucker Punch and they saw my infamous slingback.
I hate you.
Yeah,
I hate you so much.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh my god, it's so long since I've seen it." I was like, "I love it."
Oh my god, those still exist.
Yeah.
Yep.
But same,
that was cool.
Even I feel the same thing when we see any of our guests wearing our merch. Yeah. Same feeling. It's so
humbling. The fact of seeing even like some of our like the voice actors and stuff, we send them a shirt and say, "Hey, just as a thank you." Do I ever expect them to wear it? No. But then turn around. Here's John over in London wearing our hood, you know, a hoodie.
Yeah.
You know, to say, hey, you know. So it's humbling. It's very, very humbling. And you know, I will always support this creative content community. As long as you're creating positive content and you're not bringing down everything, I will support them 100%. So
just to put it out there too, like, what good is it going to try and like rile them up? Like, you know, oh yeah, work on it faster, or we're gonna
make them crunch some more.
Like you want them to crunch some more? Like just like,
hey,
anything,
dude,
like, hey,
it just hurts the situation. Yeah.
You know,
if
like
anything, it just hurts the situation.
Exactly. You gotta be positive.
If
you
they
gotta keep the
have
morale
genuine
up, man.
fear, they can stop the project.
Yeah,
they're gonna even make it to where like I don't want to crunch because it's what's it worth then?
Yeah.
If people are just gonna hate me for it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like the worst case scenario, if they just like, you know what, just axe it. Just we're at.
Honestly, 99%. This is what I think. Forget doing street dates, right? Forget saying it's going to come out on November 16th, right? What they need to do is what Nintendo does, which is brilliant. Nintendo says it's fall of 2021. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at how many months you have to play with it.
Yeah. They stick with that until they announce the actual date, right?
Exactly.
And then it comes out on that date.
And I think the best move they did, which I think it upsets me that CD Projekt Red, after saying they're not going to crunch, went and did crunch. But like, you look at what Luigi's Mansion, right? E3, we were all looking forward to it, and then it got announced, hey, we're pushing it back into March.
Yeah.
And they did not crunch. They still kept their same work schedules. They gave them enough lead time to do everything they needed to do without having to impact their daily lives. So
true, but they are also working on less of a taxing console.
Really?
And graphics.
No.
Think about it, sir. Just because it says
but
graphics
still
with
it, just the taxing graphic doesn't reduce the amount of work needed.
Exactly.
It's just a matter of how it gets processed.
It's a different animation. I mean, you got to think you have to take into consideration some of these games are played with the Joy-Cons.
Yep.
So that's completely different mechanics.
That is true,
sir.
Yeah.
So it's an even playing field.
So now talking about supporting for these studios. Now, one publisher I'm losing my love for quickly, the more they do stuff, and that is EA. EA, in the Netherlands, their 3-judge panel determined that the Netherlands gambling authority is able to proceed with fining EA approximately 11.6 million US. It was, I think, 10 million euros or whatever the Netherlands currency is right now, over loot boxes, which we've talked about loot boxes before, and they are absolutely gambling. So they're getting fined more. And I think we're going to see this happen more and more and more, which is why I think a lot of these publishers and like you look, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, they're all going to require it on their boxes now if there's loot boxes and stuff like that and whatnot. So
good on the Netherlands.
Yeah,
standing up to
absolutely.
Them. Yeah,
absolutely. So
I mean, we need somebody to say like, "Hey, stop with these freaking
enough is enough
money grabs types of things." It's like, stop being greedy.
Right. So Jason,
so beautiful.
Oh wow,
so beautiful.
FF16 teaser website went live this week. They've got a teaser, the teaser video up on there. They have some artwork that shows some of the different locations.
Wow.
And then you have the characters and their little.
I have a question.
Designs.
So I need to see the trailer again, but is this supposed to play kind of like 7?
No. It's going to be more like the 15 engine in terms of combat. Maybe along the lines of 7, because 7 is using part of 15's combat engine.
Yeah, it's going to be the real time.
This is also
like an action RPG.
Yeah,
it's kind of it's like a playoff Devil May Cry if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Like Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy VII mixed together, hybrid.
Okay.
Fight style.
Okay, but not as hyper crazy as Devil May Cry, but that realm.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Not as hyper, but
I got to see the trailer
in
again.
that zone.
Mm-hmm. So it's very much a teaser website so far. They haven't revealed a whole lot on it.
It's pretty much establishing the lore.
Square Enix, man. Like they always make their worlds look vast and beautiful, but
I hate to say this, Square's got to prove a lot to me.
Yeah,
as much as it pains me to say that, they have to prove a lot to me with FF15 was not great in my opinion, right? There was a lot of mechanics in there that just weren't great. It was an absolutely beautiful game.
Yes.
The combat was a decent evolution, but there was just a lot of it that just I didn't like. FF7 remake, we've beaten that till we're blue in the face that what our opinions are on that and whatnot. So we'll see how 16 does.
16 has a lot of promise though, sir.
It does have promise, but you also got to take in consideration is going to be the first M-rated Final Fantasy game.
Yes, that's why.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
There will be blood.
Yep.
But I have a lot of confidence in this. Not because I am a fan of Naoki Yoshi P, the one that did 14, but they are actually going back to.
It's the 14 team that's doing this.
Yeah, but they are going back to kind of like their Final Fantasy quote unquote roots.
The crystals.
I'm kind of interested now.
Well, it's because like the crystals, but it's not as much as that. It's more like the actual what is it? The Renaissance era fantasy, where it's not so. What the heck,
Yeah.
How can I teleport? What? Like here, it's like we're re-getting summoners. We're re-getting like the old classic. Where you have to summon
more fantasy than the sci-fi type of feel.
Yeah, I mean based on the trailer, we have summons that are controlled by a summoner. So there's that person that's
you're going back to 1 and 2. And
you
legit 3, legit 4. 5 is where it kind of started seeing some of that sci-fi-esque type stuff.
But you are getting back to the classic roots of Final Fantasy. That's why I see a lot of promise. The director, I believe he has a lot of insight where he just doesn't say, "Hey, this is the game. Take it or leave it." He's like, you know what are the other games like? How can we be better? How can we be different?
And that's the thing, Jason, with that is it has absolute promise. I will 100% agree with you on it. But to me personally, just how some of the games have started progressing, with 15 and 7 and all of that, they have a bit to prove.
Yeah. I get it. I get where you're coming from. It's because 15, total different left field,
Boy band road trip.
Yep, exactly. K-band,
right? So,
and then 7 remake was done by a lot of Kingdom Hearts.
Correct, and they put we've gone on record
can see
on
that.
And,
there was a lot of those people that work in Kingdom Hearts.
But this is
at the same time.
This is the 14 team though that is doing this.
That's what
I think.
With this being the teaser website right now, I love it because they're trying to reestablish the lore.
Correct.
And the lore that they bring back, not each one is individual in itself, but the lore of the background of this game. And that's what, like, when you read the instruction manuals in the old Final Fantasy games, they tell you all this lore. And now we're in the digital age. You have this website that's like, yo, these are the houses, these are the zones, these are the worlds or the continents that you're going to be checking out, and how do each like alliance with each other, who hates who. Oh, so good.
Yep.
So
who's
good.
at war with who loves who, whatever. Yeah, all of that. So hopefully it works out for them. I really do.
I hope so too.
Now, Nintendo had their final partner direct of the year this week. So one of the announcements was Control, which has its own controversies right now, because to get the next gen version, you got to buy the complete edition to upgrade to PS5. And it did come out, they said...
How many years old?
A year and a half, if that. I mean, Control came out last year. Yeah.
I think so.
Something like that. Well, but here's the thing, though, is with Control, right, is they've also come out and said that your base game save file on your PS4 will not work on the PS5.
Right.
So let's preface that. So
you have to buy the PS5 version.
You have to get the upgraded version and go back through the game again. You can't. So
they're forcing you to either just wait for the PS5 or get more money out of you and play it twice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now, so they came out with the Control Complete Edition cloud version this week. So what it is you install the launcher on your Switch, and then you're playing it like you're streaming for xCloud or Stadia, except it's much more shittier.
No, I'm sure.
So I tried it out in performance mode. Okay, I didn't even go after graphics mode. I went after performance mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not into the game more than a minute of actual play time. And all of a sudden it says, hey, your game is being downgraded to low performance due to server congestion.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And during this piece, as it's downgrading me, it completely locks up.
Oh, jeez.
To the point where I couldn't play it. So, and then it said, hey, due to server congestion, your game is not available right now.
Wow.
505 right. Remedy.
Wow.
I know a lot of people say the game is amazing, which I don't doubt, especially with its tie-ins to Alan Wake, which I absolutely love from the 360 era. But go fix your shit. Because if you want to, I mean, honestly though, it's like, I get it. Streaming is kind of, they're testing. A lot of companies are starting to put their feet, their little toe in the water to try and test these things out, right? But don't launch something that's designed to stream only off of a server and have it crashing within minutes of people playing the game. Right? They're called betas for a reason. You should have beta tested it.
Even invitation only betas.
Whatever, right?
Come on.
Maybe
organized
take,
stress
3 weeks.
test, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Maybe take an extra 21 days.
Right?
Wow.
Too soon? Too soon? No.
Upgrade to upgrade to Microsoft Server 2016 instead of running 2008. It's so.
Speaking of which, I actually found something very funny out. So what Xbox version is being discontinued?
It's the Xbox Discontinued, sir.
Hold on, Jerry. I know where you're going with this. I know exactly where you're going with this. Which is the One X, right?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Ubi's latest game?
No, Cyberpunk.
Okay, so there's a little something with Watch Dogs going on with the One X right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And now that you mentioned it, I was going to talk about it with the Xbox section here in a second. But yeah, it is. Watch Dogs is overheating the Xbox One X's.
Oh my God.
Like,
so,
Watch Dogs Legion?
Yeah,
Watch Dogs Legion is the newest.
Okay, like, if it's Watch Dogs 1, I'm like, wait a second.
No, the newest. That'd be pretty sad. The newest one, Legions, is overheating the Xbox One X's.
Oh,
wow.
Didn't they just have their like huge DLC come out too?
Legions, no, they just basically, it was just the launch of the game. The game just came out this week.
No, they announced the first DLC,
announced it, yeah,
and when it's going to come out, and
yes,
it's going to be you can recruit Aiden Pierce from the first.
So, yeah,
game.
so if your base game is going to overload the One X, pretty sure your DLC will.
But the other thing was, so my news, it was actually kind of funny because, so you know how Microsoft does their versions of Xboxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, they were promoting, I don't know if you guys remember, they were promoting heavy on that controller, but there was an Xbox version of Cyberpunk, and it's the series, or it's the Xbox, it's the One X. And it's technically that's discontinued, right? So are they?
So it's a Cyberpunk
money.
So it's a Cyberpunk limited edition Xbox One. I believe. Yeah. I don't know if it's the X or the S, either one, but it was still.
I believe it is the X because someone covered it on IGN. Are they already? Are they already like?
So the Xbox edible? Discontinued is coming back to be discontinued again.
Yeah, well, it's a limited edition. It was
for a limited edition. That's
actually it went up for pre-order before the announcement that it was being discontinued, though. So
okay.
Anyways, so we'll talk about Xbox here in a second because there's other things going on with them.
There was more on that.
Our favorite topic.
Yes. So real quick, No More Heroes 1 and 2 are now available for to purchase on the eShop from Nintendo. Okay. And then also Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which is the 100-year prequel to Breath of the Wild, does have a demo available on the eShop that is live right now.
I gotta check that out.
So I have it downloaded. I haven't tested it out yet. It's been a crazy week. I've been doing some other things. So
and to let the listeners know again, it's like the Dynasty Warriors.
Correct. It's a hack and slash.
Not like a Zelda. It is like a Dynasty Warriors hack and slash.
But it is actually a prequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Yep. Anyway, so let's talk about Xbox. Okay. So to that point, like we're talking about like overheating Xbox Ones and stuff like that and whatnot, but I want to know what's going on with Microsoft, right? Because this week it's come out that 2 different projects have lost senior leadership. The first, that we're looking at is Everwild, which was being produced by Rare. They were actually being allowed to move out of the Sea of Thieves realm and actually make another game. Their creative director, Simon Rodoff, has left. And then when we look at 343 Industries, home of Halo Infinite, who lost a project or a project manager and stuff within the last year, Chris Lee has left the project.
They're going to get another
that's crazy.
Postponement.
They better.
They
should.
Without a doubt.
What are they going to do?
I know. They're going to postpone again. Halo Infinite is going to take like 2 years to get
It's going to take an infinite amount of time.
Yeah.
That's why it's called the Halo Infinite, sir.
Oh, man.
Yep. So here's the comment from Chris, is that he's like, I've stepped back from Infinite and I am looking at future opportunities. I believe in the team and I'm confident they will deliver a great game, and now is a good time for me to step away. I.e., AKA, project screwed, and he's leaving.
AKA, I'm not putting my name on this.
Yep. So I think the funny thing is this comes in conjunction with the fact that, Lee's role apparently was sidelined a few weeks, after they made the delay announcement, because they did bring back Halo veteran. Remember Joe Staten? We talked about that, where he was a veteran of Bungie on the original Halos, 1, 2, 3, and Reach. So he came back to lead the single player campaign, and then you've got Pierre Hintz is doing the multiplayer. So, I mean, as a project manager, when you've got this many personalities in the room, maybe your best thing is to walk away.
Yeah.
After the showing that was Infinite, it does need a lot of love. That being said, to all those Halo fans out there that may be thinking about pulling a Cyberpunk on 343,
I was about to say,
give them their time, right? We joke around about it. It's an infinite time, right? But honestly, if they delayed this game for 2 years to make it right so that it is a true Halo that everybody deserves, let them do it. Don't argue. Just say, we support you all the way. Just give us the news as you can, and we look forward to playing it when it comes out.
We don't want, regardless of what team you play for, Xbox or PlayStation, nobody wants a Fallout. Nobody wants another Fallout.
Yeah.
No one wants another Oblivion.
No one wants, no one.
Wait, hold on.
No.
Wait, aren't those, Jason, aren't those Bethesda games we're talking about?
I mean, but I'm not name dropping, but we just
I just did
Fallout, sir.
Well, no, but we don't want it. To Theo's point, we don't want another Andromeda. We don't want another. We don't want another Anthem.
Yeah, another Anthem.
Yeah, but with anything that when you're buying a product, you want the best product worth your money. Exactly. You're not trying to rush it. It's like, I'm not trying to get the quickest game ever.
They're putting their money.
Here's the thing: is if Guerrilla would have come out and say Horizon, Frozen West is being delayed,
comes out next year,
I would be disappointed, but absolutely support them 100%.
Yeah. It just means
Take
that
your time.
Because they did such a great job with the first one.
Take your time.
They have a high bar to meet.
Yeah.
And that's going to take time.
Take your time. Okay. Dot your T's, dot your I's, whatever. Cross your T's, dot your I's.
Okay.
Do everything.
I want to hand it to Xbox's PR. Jason.
Okay. Oh,
God, dude. They
oh
embraced
my God.
The actual
they called it, bro.
It's so amazing.
I know.
I have to say this whole time, Xbox's PR department, whoever's running their Twitter account, has been great. They actually
the craziest thing is that it's real. That is real.
It is a real
Shut up.
fridge.
You shut up. It's not
It
real.
is a real fridge.
It's straight up real,
functional.
dude. Yeah, I just think a few YouTubers actually got it. I can't believe it. It's so unfair.
Oh my God!
I didn't know that. I didn't see this commercial because I didn't know that they did an actual box of it. I give hats off to them for that. That was
honestly,
if you can order,
dude, it's real.
Let me just put this out here. If you can order a cheeseburger off the Xbox speaker box, that's it. I gotta change. I gotta switch teams, man.
Dude, I would totally see that happening. They integrate Alexa or something, and you can talk to your Xbox Series S and just order DoorDash.
Yeah, that is just
So, let's talk about this for Jerry.
Before we finish up, I just want to say, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
It is.
Of what
it is.
Xbox
I give Xbox all the props in the world for it.
Yeah, I play jokes because
they
I
embraced
the
meme.
Understand,
they embraced it.
Dude, that's straight up hats off to the advertising team. Dude, embracing the meme and full on committing.
Limited edition.
That's awesome.
An exclusive refrigerator.
Yeah.
For your house.
Now everybody wants it. I'm sure. I want it. Awesome.
Not gonna lie, I'm not an Xbox fan by any means, but I would love to have that fridge in my house.
Oh, exactly. I am down for that fridge.
Pretty cool.
So
the only exclusive you get on Xbox for 2 years is a fridge.
It's a soda out of your fridge. So so let's talk about this. This came out this week too. Xbox is doing a Xbox One controller to celebrate The Mandalorian. It's $169. It's being pre-ordered right now. They don't have it. It just has an end of year release date, so who knows when they're doing it. But Jerry,
that's awesome.
And this is an Xbox One edition,
Xbox One
right?
controller. Yeah.
Okay.
That's too bad.
The junky one,
but it's nice.
It's even got a child in the back. That's awesome.
That.
And then it has the base with it too.
Yeah, the base.
That's cool. Oh, so that's a charging base. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's cool, man.
With this, it comes with a charging stand and all of it, and a magnetic contact system that allows one-handed play while you're charging. It is very pretty. I still have to always give Xbox their props for their controllers, especially with the design lab where you can go in and just create your own controller. I really wish that Sony would embrace, the uniqueness.
You can only do so much with that custom feature.
Well, but here's the thing, though, Xbox charges you $10 more to do the controller.
No, I thought you can customize your PlayStation.
You cannot. Sony does not have anything to.
I might be thinking
it's all third party.
Actual, third party site.
There is that the third party shops that. Yeah.
No, but Xbox gives you a lot of leeway on what you can, what you can custom on your controller.
They've always been them and Nintendo have been always trying to bring out the more accessible,
uniqueness in players.
Yeah, the accessible, the handicapped players, I guess.
All right, so
what a good word is.
Here's how we're gonna end accessible. On
Xbox.
What is this? What is this nonsense?
Oh God.
Well, apparently it's $84.96 in value.
Yep, that you're and 3,000 in gamer score. But let's see here.
Only if you have 3 generations of Xbox.
Yeah, in whose market? Yeah,
right.
In what market is this $80 worth of games?
It's the U.S. This is how they charge their games. So,
because I mean, when we worked at the game store,
I'm honestly I'm kind of confused. I'm very confused here. I thought I was looking at $25 worth of video games.
This is not my Blockbuster U section. The previously played game section. Right?
New Warriors. I mean,
right.
So this is the free bin.
Yeah.
This is the discounted. I need to get this so I can put some.
So for our listeners, what we're looking at is the games with gold for November, and in it you're getting Origami Shadow Edition the entire month of November. You're getting Swim Samity from November 16th to December 15th. The original OG Xbox game, Full Spectrum Warrior, which I can tell you right now did not do well back in the day, is from November 1st through November 15th. And the only decent game in the whole wide world of this is the Indiana Jones Lego game.
And that's
the latter half of November.
I would say is all right, the most expensive.
That's all I want to say.
That has to be a $40 game.
Let's look at this.
$84. What?
How does this make you feel?
Even this I get. This is better.
So let's look at PlayStation. Okay. So we do know a couple things happened this week. Destruction All-Stars was delayed until February, and in it that game is going to be part of the PlayStation Plus lineup for February. So PlayStation Plus members will get a free PS5 game in February in the form of Destruction All-Stars, which is similar to kind of a Rocket League and stuff like that. Sweet. It was announced this week that Bugsnax, which was going to be retailing for $30, is now going to be included as the free game for November for PlayStation 5.
Hey,
that's awesome.
So not only are we getting Astro's Playroom, Astro's Playroom packed in on every system it's installed on, you're also getting Bugsnax if you're a PlayStation Plus member for free. Okay.
Yeah, and that's for
also
2 months. That date.
It's 2 months. You're getting free games. I mean, and then you're looking at Hollow Knight, which is a great Metroidvania type game, and then you're getting Shadow of War.
Huge game.
Can you play that, Matt?
I did not.
Shadow of War, right?
I did not do Shadow of War.
Okay.
It's in my backlog. I played the first one, which first one's fantastic. It really is.
Finished them both. They were good.
Yep. So at launch, not only are you getting Shadow of War, Hollow Knight, and Bugsnax for free being a PlayStation Plus member, keep in mind now also with this is the PlayStation Plus collection, which they also kind of make sure to point out, right? You're getting Bloodborne, Days Gone, Detroit, God of War, Infamous, Ratchet and Clank, Last Guardian, Last of Us, Until Dawn.
So insane.
Uncharted 4. That's all first-person studios, worldwide studios for PlayStation. Yeah. Then you've got third-party publishers and developers. So Arkham Knight, Battlefield, Black Ops 3, Crash Bandicoot, Fallout 4, Final Fantasy 15, Monster Hunter World, MK10, Persona 5, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
No, that's
that's all day one. That's all
day
one. Technically day one.
Yep.
Right, and that's just PlayStation Plus collection. That's not exclusive to PS5.
If you have PlayStation Plus.
It'll still work on your PS4. So even PS4 guys that didn't get the pre-order,
you shut your face.
You're still getting 20 games.
Yeah.
Oh, you shut your face, sir.
I didn't get it either. What are you talking about?
Hey, leave my 2 out of this. So Jerry, I want to end our PlayStation talk on one thing really quick.
Okay. What do we got?
Oh, Sully.
Mark Wahlberg posted that on his Twitter account.
Oh man.
Oh, did you see his video on TikTok when he had the mustache on?
Yes.
No.
Way to go, kid.
Yes. It was so hilarious.
No
it's
way.
On, he also posted it to Instagram. I'll see if I can find it for you really quick and pull it up.
Oh man, I'm loving the shirt. I'm loving the cigar.
Yeah.
He's
he
taking
kind of
it
pulls
serious.
off the stash. I gotta be honest. He kind of pulls off the stash.
I gotta see it. That's like.
I gotta see it too.
Yeah, you gotta see it.
But hats off to the makeup people for that because they did a good stash for it. Like it's perfect for Sully.
So it's a fake stash?
No. Never.
Yep. Here's a.
I'm pretty sure Mark can't grow that good of a mustache.
Yeah, he can't. He can't hang with the big dogs.
Here we go.
Just.
And then this is on Push Square. They actually have the.
No, that's fake.
Dude, yeah.
Yep.
We'll hear. We'll
okay.
Later. Like.
I gotta check that out.
I could see it. I could see it now.
I can kind of see it too.
I could see it a little bit. He doesn't look as rugged and roughed up.
And you know what? I get this because like he's playing a younger version.
He's definitely younger. So
if they go older with still like Tom Holland,
so they did
can age him, and he
so
can
here's that
handle the
side by
stunts.
side, right? Where you've got Sully and you've got Sully in game and Mark Wahlberg, and they look pretty on.
Not bad. Yeah.
It's kind of close. Like, it just needs a little bit more ruggedness, a little bit more like.
So I have faith. I have absolute faith because guess what? They wrapped shooting this week.
Oh yeah,
they are done, and Tom Holland is already in Atlanta.
For Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
God, I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
Before we get into what we've been playing, Newman's back.
Newman.
Dum 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 dum. Newman minute.
God. Do we need to like
get him like the Jeopardy music for a second?
Newman's back.
Yep.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Hey guys, here's your feedback for episode 97. I agree with Jared that a MechWarrior remake would be a wonderful thing. I used to play that on PC with the whole joystick setup and everything like that. And Jason, admit it. The reason you're playing Division 2 is all Jerry's fault because he didn't call you and tell you about the PS5s being on sale. Slightly just having collateral damage with Matt by playing Division 2 now that they've moved on. That's what my theory is. So Jerry, it's all your fault once again.
That's amazing.
Playing Division 2 and you don't get to participate. All right, guys. Talk to you next time. Have a good one. This is Newman out.
Damn, I thought he was on my side the entire time and just like, oh no, it's my fault.
Dang. As much as that makes me laugh, you know, like that's a good one. I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm gonna start off this week's what we've been playing with Jason. What you been playing?
Hey.
Hello.
I got to give the champ a little bit of love and false hope.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've been you know, a little stiff in the shoulders holding 2 belts on
oh God.
all the time.
Oh, give me a break.
But no, I was raiding with some of the coworkers Division 2 last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With the coworkers. Okay.
Yeah. A couple of coworkers, a couple of their people. I see that, Matt.
God, that upsets me so much right now.
It does.
You know,
it really does, because like not only that, like you're a committed like teammate.
See, I'm a raid guy.
You're a raid guy, but you're a committed teammate.
I'm not a like.
So like that, we could have used you, bro.
I'm not a pickup group guy. Like I'm not like I'm a.
Whoa, hold on,
guy.
Jerry. Did you just hear that? He just compared us to a pickup group.
Pickup group.
All right, we're done listening to Jason. Theo, what you been playing?
No.
But no, I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun actually. Like
just make it sound dirty.
Does that mean you have a regular raid now, or are you still sticking with this pickup thing?
I raid every Wednesday, so on Division.
Ew. See,
every
bro.
Sunday now, huh?
Every Wednesday. Every Wednesday.
See, that disappoints me. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
No, it's okay. Like I can't control her, man. I can't control her.
Mouse and keyboard. If you totally said I'm not angry, but I'm disappointed.
If you do it, mouse and keyboard, sir. Mouse and keyboard.
Jason,
I could tell you right now, if I found you in PvP, 1 round.
Oh,
that's all it would take.
Oh yeah, no doubt, dude. Like
you wouldn't even see it coming, dude.
I'm terrible,
just get you
man.
From a distance.
They just literally needed a body, and they're like 8th man body.
Seriously,
we totally
Jason,
could have used you, dude.
Jason
we really could have.
Jason wouldn't see the shot. He wouldn't.
Not the way we would coordinate.
And Jerry,
I would distract you. Matt would get you.
Matt would tease him for a second.
Hold on.
Tease him for a second. He's like, "Hey, Jason, turn to your left."
Jerry has played with me. Theo has played with us, although briefly. He tried it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But that was during
when it
Destiny
comes to
and all that. Yeah.
But when it comes to my sniper build in Division, I don't even have to be close. And I
thought you went with marksman rifles.
Oh no! So I have my assault.
Yeah.
The marksman rifle is essentially a sniper rifle in Division.
It's just you can be a little bit more mobile.
But also, I went with the true sniper, and my specialty is the 50 cal sniper rifle. So I can tell you right now, Jason, 1 round, and you would be dropped.
So yeah, just rated Division 2. Final
and if
Fantasy
not, I just send in my little. If not, I just send in my little drone to go be a little nuisance to you and just drain you of your life really quick. So we know Jason's kind of given up on FF14 then because he's playing Division, which that means he's a traitor.
Like I said, right now it's a content break until December for Final Fantasy. I do still raid on Final Fantasy on Mondays, but
traitor.
Yeah, I need some content. Pretty much what I need to do is go in my backlog. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, Bean, you got how many Uncharted's from me that you need to finish? You have Last of Us?
Sir,
I beat 2 of those Uncharted.
That's Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Hey, let's calm down with that. Let's calm down with that name.
I didn't lump you in there,
Let's whisper that name.
Hey,
but that name still shudders fear.
Hey, Jerry.
Whisper that name a little bit.
Jerry, how is that Sekiro challenge coming along for you?
It's not going.
Jerry, how's that Final Fantasy VII challenge going?
Great, actually. It just jumped to the top of the pile. Because
Ghost. Hold on, I thought it was on the desk.
Yeah, it was on the desk.
It is on the desk, but I was finishing Ghost first.
Now, I just want to keep
I only have 3 games on my desk.
Let's preface this.
COD, Final Fantasy, and Ghost. Ghost is done. I finished it.
So let's preface this with this is Jerry.
This is what does that mean?
And
he did say I finish games.
No, hold on. He finished Ghost without getting the platinum.
It doesn't matter.
That's
I still
fine.
finished the game.
That's fine.
No, absolutely. The game, honestly, that game, I'm assuming that some of the trophies deal with the absurd amount of collectibles there are in the game. So the fact that you don't have the platinum on it, it's not surprising. Because
getting the platinum is not finishing the game.
Yeah.
That is perfecting the game and getting everything it offers. I finished the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
0 to finish. That's it.
Yep.
No, it's a long game though. It really is. If you're doing everything right, it is long.
One epic last mission. That's all I will tell. That's all I will tell you.
I got to tell. I mean,
Jerry was awesome.
Yeah, and I'm gonna forewarn everybody that's working on it right now. The end of Act 2 is kind of a tearjerker.
Oh, really?
A lot of it is.
It's sad. It is really sad. The whole bridge from Act 2 and Act 3 is super sad.
Okay.
But it fits the context of the game, and it wasn't for shock value. It's actually, I mean, what would have been going on in feudal Japan at that time versus where, like, The Last of Us, right? Some of the stuff they were doing kind of was shock value in some ways, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
So, anyways, what else have you been playing, Jerry, besides finishing Ghost?
COD, and really just trying to finish Ghost, and just wanted to put my focus on 7. And that's it. And then I'm filming the unboxing for the Neutrino wand right now. Woo. I'm already halfway done.
Yeah, hear that, John and Austin? Jerry's going to finish your game.
Yo.
Just saying.
I'm going to finish it. It's on the docket.
Theo, what do you got?
Actually, I have not been playing much at all for the past couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah. I've been just a little focused on some self stuff and getting ready for Florida. I'm still on the books for that next week.
Are you actually really still going to go to that with Florida spiking as bad as it is right now?
I anticipated that they were going to cancel, but they've been really good about what they're doing about it. And I personally feel comfortable with the venue where how everything's going to be going for it.
When is it?
I think I'll be comfortable there. I'm sorry?
When is it?
It is. We shoot qualifications next Friday. I leave Wednesday.
Cool. Because, Southwest announced, and I know you fly Southwest a lot like I did. Southwest announced after Thanksgiving they're going to start filling the planes.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that definitely kind of like because I do really respect the middle seats being open. That's that really helps make me more comfortable in their planes. But
I mean, I get it. They're losing money, but at the same time, it's like, no, I'll spend the extra money for Delta going forward until Delta says, hey, middle seats are off. And by that time, we'll probably be down in Phoenix, and flights to Denver, LA, all that are going to be super cheap anyways. So
probably won't even have to take a flight. You can just drive it.
Heck yes. Well, it's Colorado. That's a 12-hour drive. So I think flying is a little bit
worth it.
I mean, a 5-6 hour road trip to Frankensons might be worth it.
That's not bad
on a weekend for a road trip. Hey, we're gonna leave at like 7 a.m. Get in at noon.
I went yesterday. Like it was a quick in and out because I needed gifts for my aunt. But man, I got tempted. But I couldn't dilly dally. I had to go.
Dilly dally, shilly shally.
What you up to, Matt? What's on your docket?
Animal Crossing, as always.
Nice.
Halloween event.
Oh, dude, I put more Halloween section stuff up. I remodified my coffee shop to now it's got a fireplace and a couch now for people to kind of sit on and read books by the fireplace.
Such a tedious work.
I heard that the candies are going to play a big role.
Yes, I'm having to
keep up with buying a candy all the time.
So I do know somebody that time skipped up to Halloween, and you use the candy to buy the specialty wallpapers, flooring, and everything from Jack.
Okay.
So needless to say, I've been having my wife open up her gate so I can go buy extra candy because I used some of my candy to build decorations and stuff with. But no, I've decorated more of the toy shop now has Halloween stuff in it. The surf shop does. So I'm going to recycle that stuff out as the new holiday stuff comes in. I now have all 4 seasons for the train sets.
I saw that in your Dream Island when I visited. That was pretty cool. I was surprised by that. I was like, oh, it's every season.
Hey, you laugh, Jerry, but I'm so tedious that I got them almost synchronized.
That's awesome.
As they're going around the table.
This is why I could never get into Animal Crossing.
Yeah, but, me neither. Like that's why I tried it out, and it was like, no, this is not for me. I cannot.
But Gulliver gifted me with a nice katana set.
Oh,
it's over top my fireplace now.
What a buddy!
Hey.
What a buddy!
It sent me a picture of those. It's
what
cool.
A dude, man. That's a cool dude.
Exactly.
Shout out to Gulliver right there.
Gave you some samurai swords. What? That's a neighbor.
You totally know who Gulliver is, Jason.
It's one of his homies on the island, you know.
But yeah,
what it is, I don't know, but like, what a guy.
So we got Ghost of Tsushima. I finished Act 2 finally. I finally finished off all my side questing and stuff like that. And just knocked out that one, and I'm about a third of the way through Act 3 already.
Nice.
Just doing stuff here and there. At least it looks like I'm a third of the way.
Quick question for the both of you: do the amount of side quests kind of reduce as the acts go on?
No.
Okay. Because like I really want to get back into Ghost, but
you can slowly get back into it just by doing
like the story stuff on the side just kind of like doesn't do it for me.
So Theo, if you play it like Horizon, where you just knock out each little area, do all the side quests in that area, it's much quicker. You can just go knock out that area and keep on going.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
that'll
how
get you.
That's what I was trying
to
do, but I was like taking so long to just get to the next like story mission that's at the bottom of Act 1, and I just can't get down there.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
It's
fine. It's worth it. Like, yeah, it's a good way to kind of get you going into it, and then here and there.
And then I'm still kind of reading along with Ready Player One, getting ready for Ready Player 2.
Nice. So you're rereading it?
Yes, I am.
Crap, nice. I need to start doing that, but I'm caught up on Thor right now.
Well, maybe you should get it on audio. Maybe you could get it on audiobook and listen to it on your drive to Phoenix.
But do they have unabridged though? Do they have unabridged? I would hope so.
Yeah, they usually do.
Jerry, we need to do Ghost of Tsushima though. We've been talking about this.
Oh yeah.
I think let's wait until PS5 and then we can do Legends.
Oh yeah. Totally down. Because I want to get back. Like I want to I still have like camps that I need to complete now that the story and everything is done. But I'm trying to move on from the catalog, so I'm moving on to Final Fantasy until when I finish that, I can probably go back to Ghost and really through because I want to try Legends. It looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, I've been here. I have quite a few people that I know on Twitter that have been playing the ever living crap out of it and posting pictures of it, and it's gorgeous. It looks like it's a hell of a lot of fun. So,
what is Legends?
It's their multiplayer. It was a free upgrade. It's a 4-player multiplayer where you take on the different classes. We covered it a couple weeks ago.
Or like a straight up assassin or.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize it was called Legends. Oh, okay.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, with that, I want to thank all of our listeners for crashing game night with us tonight. Guys, like we talked about earlier, it is always a pleasure to give you guys this break from this madness that is 2020. I mean, and we time change and fall back and got an extra hour of this.
We're almost there. We're almost there at the end of the year.
So, as always, guys, support those devs. Tweet out support for them. It's just a game, guys. It's not worth threatening people's lives and breaking them mentally. So, if you like what you heard, as always, follow us on Crashing Game Night on YouTube, Crashing Game Night on your favorite podcast platform, whether that is iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, iTunes. It goes on and on. Follow us on Twitter at CGN Podcast or myself at CGN_Matt. Guys, just please be excellent to each other and stay frosty as you guys head out to vote and make sure you're getting those ballots turned in. Guys, don't trust the mail anymore because, as we've talked about, there are court cases working their way through the Supreme Court right now that are basically trying to nullify mail-in ballots. And this close to election, they are not guaranteed. So whichever side you're voting for, it doesn't matter. Get your vote out there. Get into those ballot boxes. at your local registrar's office and whatnot. Make sure they get counted. Official boxes.
Don't.
Yep.
If you're in California, be wary. Find out where the official boxes are.
Yep.
And a lot of places have been doing really good with their COVID procedures and everything, with temperature checks, spacing, and everything. Yeah. They've been doing really good.
Yep. Jerry.
Thank you very much, Matt. That is the end of our podcast. I would like to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and all of my fellow nerds. That is correct. The announcer voice is back, because I would just like to say, Viva los Dodgers! Hey guys, thank you very much for
and on that,
but I want to say thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, nerds. And talking about support once again, show your support for Black Lives Matter, Me Too, everything that's going on right now. We need to continue on the fight and continue the support, and just show everyone love, compassion, support. And if someone looks like they need a hug, ask them first, but then give them a hug.
Yes.
Well,
ask first, but yes.
Social distancing.
Permission. Or in social distancing, but send the love.
Hugs,
then send the love. Yeah.
Air hug. Give them a little wave.
But be safe out there and show your support.
Yeah, and definitely a shout out to all you guys out there. Thank you for listening. With all the chaos and worldly disasters that are going on right now, both natural and not natural, just be safe out there. Social distance, take care of each other, be nice, be kind. It's a lot easier to be kind than it is to be evil. And there are a lot of people having tough times because of things that are out of their control. And just show some compassion, give them an extra hand, for the people in the fires, for the people in the hurricanes, for the people that are in war situations. Sheesh, what else is there? This is 2020. We are 2 months away from saying 2021.
Yes.
And, we have so many things to look forward to next year in 2021, when we can actually attempt to do something, but we got to get through 2020 first. So out there, vote. We'll see what's going on for 2021.
I'm really hoping it's not what people are saying, that it's 2020.1.
No. COVID 20.1 was just established over in Spain.
Oh jeez.
Oh no.
So we have.
All right.
So, yeah.
Be safe out there, guys, and thank you for joining us.
Theo.
Shout out to all y'all.
Yes, thanks for joining us. Have a good night or day or whatever, wherever you're at. But TTFN, ta-ta for now.
Hasta, everybody.